Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash, the ones the apostles, and those who also teach us His truth, peace, and blessings, hope like Israel, and Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in the ancient Hebrew. Ba'Shem means in the name, and Yahushai is the name of the only begotten Son. Back in the lesson, today going to go to the judgments that Yahushai is bringing out upon this earth. As you see, in many different articles, even in the news, tons and tons of people are dying. You're seeing tons of uproars, riots, protests happening all over the world, man. And this is judgment from Yahushai. He's the one bringing this, man. And not a lot of people understand that. This is from Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, man. But it's gonna get a few articles. Not gonna really, read too much into them. Just wanted to hit the main point that, hey, this is judgment from Yahushai, man. And we got a few scriptures that came to mind, and Lord will read that fine lesson. Let's get into it. SRT, deadly lightning storm kills nearly 70 people across India. And you know how, crazy and how rare it is to, get struck and hit by lightning. And 70 people died, man, from lightning. And this is from the Lord, man. And you can look at, tons of, articles, see how many, how rare it is to get, struck and hit by lightning, man. So you already know this is judgment from Yahushai, and things that are happening all around the world are not normal. And it is prophesied in the Bible that these things were going to happen. All this judgment, these plagues and pestilence that Yahushai is sending out upon this earth, it's from the Lord. Dozens of people across 3 Indian states have perished in freak lightning storms. You said freak right there. The government has promised to provide compensation for the families of the deceased and those who have been injured. A total of 68 people have been killed in a deadly weather event which hit Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan on Sunday, local media said. So you really see, how rare it is to, get struck and even killed by lightning, man. This is judgment from Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, man. The Lord's not playing around, and He's fed up. In the western state, I'm going to say Raj, 11 people died after being struck by lightning near a watchtower at the famous 12th Center, Amberfort police said. The victims were reportedly taking selfies near the tower when lightning struck the area. It's judgment from Yahushai. But as we get to the next few articles, don't want to stay on one article for too long. Always want to hit the main point, judgment. It says, watch, massive fight erupts in Moscow. 100 plus migrants take to the streets for a violent brawl, with some participants stabbed. So you're seeing tons of uproars, riots, protests happening all over the world. And as you see, the recent one in Cuba. So you're seeing tons of protests, riots happening literally all over the world, man. So it's ultimately showing you that the devil's kingdom is coming to an end. The Yahushai is judging this earth, man. Let's read a little bit into this and see what it has to offer. More than 100 people have been arrested in the Kuzminki area of Moscow after a mass brawl that saw 2 groups of mainly migrants beat each other up. Some reports have suggested the fight had been pre-planned online. But either way, this is, prophecy, man. Seeing uproars, sedition among men, people fighting amongst each other, and you're seeing it happening literally everywhere, man. People getting stabbed, this is judgment from the Lord, man. In videos published on social media, the fight can be seen to break out near a metro station late on Monday night. Moscow news agency Interfax, citing a source, reported that the scrap mainly involved migrant workers from Central Asia. But you get the point. Let's go into the next article, and I'll get to the scriptures. Bizarre T. More than 40 killed, scores injured as blaze ravages Iraqi hospitals. The 19 ward. So, it's hitting a hospital. Hey, Yahushai is judging this earth, man. He's sending tons of plagues, pestilence upon this earth. The Lord is not playing. He is fed up, man. And it's already showing you that this place is about to be destroyed. A hospital fire has broken out in the southern Iraq city of Nasiriyah, reportedly killing at least 44 people injured 67 and marking the country's second deadly blaze this year at a medical facility. And this was at a hospital, man. Show you how cold the Lord is. Footage from the scene shows the dark smoke rising from a fire at the Imam Hussein Educational Hospital in Nasiriyah on Monday night. Another clip purports to show victims being carried out of the building. Let's play this. But Scripture says, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. The Most High is judging this earth. He's not playing around. And not many people really understand the magnitude of the times that we are heading into, man. And not many people fear the Lord, but hey, you will very soon, and you will learn the hard way. And if y'all don't want to take heed to these warnings that Yahweh Shai has given you through his prophets, through his men, you'll be caught up in this judgment to come. And you're literally seeing it back to back, in the news. It's everywhere, man. Showing you we're nearing the end of this devil's kingdom, that we are almost out of here, man. Let's read this quick bit right here, and then play this quick video right there. The fire broke out inside the hospital's isolation area for the 19 treatment. Iraq state-run INA news agency reported the fire has been brought under control. The outlet said, citing the health directorate at the Dakar government. Search operations were ongoing, suggesting the casualty toll may continue to rise. An undisclosed number of patients remain missing. Man, look at that, man. Hey, call Yahweh Shai, man. Hey, this is judgment, pure judgment, man, that you are seeing. It's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living God. And just to talk about this one more time, deadly lightning storms killed nearly 70 people across India. And this number, continued to rise because, I seen it on a brother was going into it on making a lesson going into it. It was like around, 40 to 30 people, died, and now it's up to 70. So, hey, the Lord's not playing, man. It's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living God. But it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, I make alive, I wound and I heal, neither are there any that can deliver out of mine hand. So this is judgment from Yahweh Shai. You've got people saying, it's just Satan's doing, Satan, rebelling against the Most High, he's the one doing this, when ultimately it is the Lord. He may, send out, demons, to, do these things, to put demons on people, but it's ultimately from the Lord, man. But it's Amos chapter 3, verse 6, but it's ultimately, evil angels, on the left hand, also good angels on the right hand. But it's ultimately from the Lord, allowing them to do those things. But it's the book of Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Go into judgment. Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? So it's showing you all these things that are happening all around the world. People dying, 70 people dying from lightning strikes. That just shows you how rare it is. This is judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Constantly, repeating that, man. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first began at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? So as you know, judgment begins with the house of the Most High, which is the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. From the tribe of Judah on down to Issachar. Now imagine what the judgment can be like and the destruction for those that are not of the chosen people, man. Look at what the Lord has done to his own people, man. Put us through slavery, all the rape, rob, and murder that has been done to our people. But it shows you, what he does to the people, his own people, man. Now imagine what he's going to do to people that he hates. So there's more time, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. If it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? So imagine what the Lord's going to do to the people that he hates, man. I mean, look what he's done to his own people. Let's go on. It's book of Psalms 79 verse 16. Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higion Selah. So the Lord is known by his judgment, man. It's probably seeing all these different plagues, pestilence that he's sending out, tons of people dying. You're seeing strains breaking off from the 19. But the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higion Selah. But that's right. Even go back to in Exodus. They feared the Israelites, man, because they feared Yahweh Shemashai and the things that he could do, man. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higion Selah. Now you're seeing tons of judgment happening all around the world, man, showing that we're nearing the end of his devil's kingdom, man. Seeing tons of prophecy playing out and coming to pass before our own very eyes. Sedition among men, upwards of people in the world. Hey, this place is finished, man. But the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 28. For Yahweh loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints, the elect, man. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. Two of our people need to be destroyed, and also these heathen nations. For the Lord loveth judgment, forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, so Yahweh Shemashai will protect his elect in these end times, man. And when go to the scriptures, it goes to Lord's name is a strong tower. They run into it and it's safe. Roughly paraphrasing. So Yahweh Shemashai will protect his elect in these end times, man. And Lord, when we're a part of that number, we hope and pray to be. But the Lord will protect his chosen people in these end times, man. But 2/3 of our people will be caught up in this destruction to come. This judgment that the Lord is dishing out. And also these heathen nations, man. If you don't fear the Lord right now, hey, you better now. Unless you want to learn the hard way. But the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 49. I will send plagues upon thee. Widowhood, poverty, famine. You're seeing famine starting to brew. Sword, destruction, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And what are you seeing now, man? Plagues, pestilence. You're seeing famine brewing, death, and destruction, man. This is all from Yahweh Shemashai. And you're not playing around. The Lord is fed up with all this wickedness that is constantly brewing and happening, man. Scriptures go to how the sins have reached up to the heavens, man. Lord's fed up. And we're nearing the end of this devil's kingdom, man. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. What are you saying now? The sword, famine, death, and destruction. That's what we're seeing now, man. Y'all don't want to take heed to these warnings that the Lord is giving you through his prophets, through his men. You also be caught up in this strong wind to come. When I say strong wind, I mean judgment. This is book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars. You're also seeing tons of chariot sightings. This is a sign of salvation and deliverance for us, those of us in this truth, But it's also a sign of destruction and demise towards these heathen nations and to 2/3 of our people. That's why you see them recording, bugging out and freaking out, oh, what's going on? The aliens are coming, But the script's going to in the book of Jeremiah, chapter, I believe, 10, verse 2, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed, We should be, rejoice and be happy when we see the signs and these prophecies come to pass playing out. Because it steps towards us getting to the kingdom. It's all showing you this devil's kingdom is coming to an end, Scripture says, when these things begin to come to pass, and look up and lift your head, for your redemption draweth nigh. Seeing tons of chariots, seeing signs in the heavens, with the sun and the moon, blood moons, eclipses, The Lord's given us these signs of the times that we are in, as Scripture says, 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, measures all the time diligently in itself. by the way these signs and these prophecies are playing out, man, showing you that we're at the end. But book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 1 through 8, I believe is the last scripture. And I'll close out. Lord wants edifying lesson. Was verse 1, and Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and the disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. Verse 2, and Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Verse 3, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming? So they're asking, what shall be, the sign of thy coming? And at the end of the world, so they're asking, what are the signs, to know of when your second coming, and when the end of the world is going to be. Signs of the end of the world. Verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man may read one more time. And Yahushua answered and he said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Verse 5, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. You're also seeing tons of false prophets in these end times, teaching false doctrine, leading our people astray, telling you that we don't know the Lord's names, and telling you that they're not important. Also you're seeing with these other Israelite camps like Sakari, not really going to go much into them, but they're going off, man. Bunch of prideful jakes, man. Don't want to, take the rebuke. They want to, you're hating, you're hating on me, when it's ultimately the Lord rebuking them, but they can't see it, man. The Lord has blinded them. The Lord's not really dealing with them, man. They don't have the the oil, man. They don't have it. They don't got it. They can't really, understand, why they're getting rebuked, why they're getting, told, another thing. They can't receive it, But not to go, too far off topic, the apostles and, other brothers, already, tore into them. But, as scripture says, over time, mark them that cause division. They're causing division, man. But, once again, not to go off topic. Verse 6, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, seeing small wars brewing, battles breaking out between these nations, and war is brewing, man. And World War III is prophesied in the Bible. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. These things need to happen, but the end is not yet. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. In tons of earthquakes, upwards of the people, famines small famines brewing, and pestilences, man. Is 19 not a plague? It's 19 not a pestilence, and you're seeing tons of strains breaking off from that, man, and people even dying from it. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. This is just the beginning, man. Lord has barely begun to, roll that ball, man. And what does a ball do when you roll it down the hill? It picks up speed. It picks up, pace, man. But it's ultimately, on that, the Lord wants to edify lesson. Ultimately, when it's going to the judgment that the Lord is sending out upon this earth. It was on my spirit once I seen this deadly lightning storms killing nearly 70 people, and I was just thinking about a lesson to make. I was just going through the RT, looking at the news, see what's going on, and to see just tons and tons of judgment happening around the world, man. And this is ultimately from the Lord. And it's showing you that we're nearing the end, of His kingdom. We're almost out of here, man. And the Lord has shown us the times that we are in. By the way, these signs, these prophecies are playing out, come to pass. 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 1, once again, measures all the time diligently in itself. So, hey, we're almost out of here, man. But, once again, Lord wants that final lesson. I will close out when I give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakdash, the barns, the apostles, and all the great most of teach us this truth. Peace and blessing to all like Israel, and Shalom.